SmallCapVoice.com.
Following is a presentation of SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support. Now, with your online business briefing, SmallCapVoice.com's Stuart T. Smith.
Welcome one, welcome all to this online business briefing brought to you once again by SmallCapVoice.com, and thank you for tuning in. This is where we shine a spotlight on some of the smartest and freshest plays here in the small and microcap market. And as you just heard, I am your host, Stuart Smith, and we're joined today by the chairman and CEO of PositiveID, Bill Caragol. The company's traded under the ticker symbol PSID. It's a life sciences company focused on detection and diagnostics. Now, we're going to talk more about this company and its recent news, but if you'd like to learn more, listen back to some of our past interviews with the company. Follow the flow of these interviews. Some of the blogs we've written about the company really put you in the know with this exciting young company. Hey, Bill, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, Stuart. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Bill, in the third quarter, you received a follow-on contract for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security SenseNet program, Phase 2. Tell us more about this contract, if you would, and why is this so significant for you and your company?
Well, as you may recall, we've had a long history with Department of Homeland Security. Our original and platform product we developed under contract that included $30 million of funding in a competitive situation to develop our NBAM product. So when we began working on the next generation of molecular diagnostic platform, which is our Firefly platform that we are developing for medical clinical applications, to be able to take that technology platform and be able to work with Department of Homeland Security as well as our commercial partners to be able to bring that and to be able to have that technology and ultimately product delivered to Department of Homeland Security is a great achievement. And coming out of our team's efforts in the Phase 1, being awarded the Phase 2 contract, I think goes a long way to continuing to support what we see is that the place for the Firefly platform in biodefense applications for Department of Homeland Security.
Excellent. Well, in other Firefly Dx news, you announced the Firefly Dx prototype system successfully detected the Zika virus. Now, we know throughout the summer we can continue to see new cases, especially here where we are in SmallCapVoice here in Texas, of people infected with Zika and how it's affecting babies. But can you please explain, Bill, a bit more why this is so important and how Firefly could be used to help in the fight against Zika?
Oh, absolutely, Stuart. I'd look back at what we've been able to accomplish and achieve over the course of the past 18 months, and then most recently completing our fully integrated breadboard prototype of the Firefly. The reason we developed Firefly, as I alluded to in my previous response, is to address medical and clinical applications where lab quality diagnostics are better performed at the point of care and point of need, drastically reducing the cost of the system, the platform, and the tests, as well as being able to deliver results in under 30 minutes, again, in the field. What we announced most recently, which is a follow-on to many of the successful tests of partners' assays on our system, was working with our partner Generation and being able to take their Zika assay and successfully test it on our Firefly platform. This is very relevant for, as you point out, the needs and requirements of being able to test outbreaks like Zika, which is relevant in Texas, still very relevant in Florida and Puerto Rico, and will continue to be an issue. But if you look back over our history and look at how we've positioned for the larger medical and clinical market, Zika is really a current instance, an example of why point of need and point of care diagnostics, lab quality, could be so important moving forward.
Well, finally, you announced that you'll launch a new model of your Caregiver non-contact thermometer with Bluetooth capability by early 2017 to connect wireless with hospital equipment and health records. How is the development going, and how do you see this new model of Caregiver improving sales efforts?
Well, Stuart, over the course of the past year, we've had some very good successes in early ramp of our Caregiver thermometer. And in being out in the field with customers and potential customers, what we continue to hear from them is what they're looking for, or I should say some of them are looking for in a next step or a next generation, is something that allows them to connect our device wirelessly either to a patient monitoring station in a patient's room, or I should say, or to a patient's electronic medical records to eliminate, as we're trying to do in many situations, eliminate the manual transcribing of records and automate the process. So we began earlier in the year the development of the wireless Bluetooth Caregiver. Our progress is going very well, and we're highly confident we'll be in a position to launch that product during the first quarter of 2017. And we think that will be a great jumping-off point to accelerate Caregiver sales, both the current model as well as our new Bluetooth wireless model.
Well, listeners, I want you to learn more about this company. It's very easy to do so using that ticker symbol, again, PSID. The company put out an overview of the highlights for the third quarter 2016. That came out September 27th. Now, also, you can visit the company's website. Very simple. It's that ticker symbol followed by the word Corp. PSIDcorp.com. Well, Bill, always a great pleasure catching up with you. It's been a very busy summer for you and your company. I look forward to what you guys come up with here in the fall. You've outlined a lot of great things coming up in your press release again and here in this interview. Thanks for your time.
Thank you again, Stuart. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. For Bill Caragol, Chairman and CEO of PositiveID Corporation, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for listening.
SmallCapVoice.com